I'm no subject to no king, I'm no subject to no other authority except the God above and the people. So we the people must recall that as citizens we have the right not of open assembly only and of free speech, but we have every right that's been bestowed upon us from the constitutional republic from which we sprang. None of us sprang up of this earth without rights, and that's what makes us special. The free will that's given to us by our good Creator is coupled up with the freedom that is given to us by a constitution crafted masterfully from our first president, George Washington, the reluctant president, the man who didn't want to be a president because he spent 8 years fighting to give us our independence, and he thought that should be plenty. He said enough blood, toil, energy, and tears, and a bit of sweat to say enough. But then they drafted him, and he got to be the president once, and then a second time. And he said, no, I'm going home. And because he had the strength to walk away, King George of England, the third, he assumed and he said, if George Washington walks away from that august office of the presidency, he'll be the greatest man in history. And of course, George walked. And
That's
that is what it's all about. So this last time we had another president who walked away honorably. And I feel proud for this process of transition, because in my heart of hearts, I believe the president should not be politicking. Once you get to that office, have one term, and then be gone. So you spend your time during 4 years doing the work of the country and not hoping to be elected again. And that's why term limits are important in all the offices, and short-term limits, because here in America, I hear we have a deep bench. We've got a lot of good people who can go and take the job and do it better than the last one, because we get smarter, we get more evolved, and above all else, we are also aware that the next leader who would represent us would be much better than the last one. I don't need to tell you why, but I wanted to simply share with you my feelings. I am a Washingtonian. This is my school. I'm a Husky. This is my alma mater. And I was born on the other side of the freeway in a little town called Wallingford. Ha ha ha. Walking distance from here. I biked many times, to this school, and I love it. And here we are all again in the parking lot of this great, awesome school that has the benefit of having the best medical school in the country, if not the world. The best computer science school in the whole country, if not the whole world. We have a lot of tops, in this school, and we should be proud of it. Now, of course, we ought to remember that this great education that we receive is who we are. And here we are today to say that we must be particularly blessed to have this opportunity of thinking about education, because this is what we ought to focus on. We have to educate ourselves better in all the subjects of leadership, which is important, citizenship, which is even more important, but ultimately also about the arts and sciences, and about the civic duties, and about the civil rights, and about the human rights, and everything else that makes us true patriots. So when we come and we get together and we speak, and I trust that every single one of you is willing to give up their blood, for this country, for this soil. I am the same. I feel the same way. Because if we are not willing to give up something to enjoy the greatest freedom the world has ever known, and to maintain this place, which is by far the best hope there is for the world,